In this interview, we talk about how to get to 1 million subscribers in under 2 years, how to take hate comments and turn it into content, and is it too late to start vlogging in 2018? Coming up.
This video is brought to you by LearnVideo.live, a free 1-hour online training on how to grow a highly influential and profitable YouTube channel this year. To get free access, just go to LearnVideo.live.
What's up, influencers? Welcome to another interview here where we're helping you build your influence, income, and impact with online videos. I'm here with Lewis and Bramty.
Hello.
Of the Bramfam. Thank you so much, you guys.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I'm honored. I know you guys watch me and my wife on our vlogs,
Yes.
but you guys are now daily vloggers yourself. So
Exactly.
you know, if you guys don't know, they've got about 1.12 million followers.
1.1. almost
1.1
there.
million followers. You guys got hundreds of millions of views. But what I think is really unique is that you guys were able to grow fairly quickly, right? And that's the question. Is it too late to start vlogging? So tell us a little bit about your guys' story, your journey from when you guys first started. I know that you started the channel and then you guys started vlogging together, and where you guys are at today.
It all started, I got pregnant at a young age, 18, and he joined the Navy. So he went to the Navy, went to boot camp, and then we moved in together shortly after. And I was a stay-at-home mom. The first, well, I still am, but the first year was the hardest because we had just one income. We had one car. I was home all the time with the baby, and I didn't have anything to do for myself. I didn't have any hobbies. I didn't do anything. So I found YouTube, and I started doing thrift hauls. I would go thrifting and just show what I would find on the camera. And sometimes I would do those videos when my daughter was sleeping. So when she would wake up from her nap, I would sit her on my lap to finish the video. And all of the comments were about her. Oh my God, you have a daughter. How old is she? You're so young. You're married. All the questions were about her. So they told me to start vlogging. And that's how the vlogging channel went. So I started from thrift hauls to vlogging. And then after that, it picked up. And then shortly after, he got out the Navy. And we are where we are.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
My dad was a sailor. Judy's dad was a sailor. So we're honored for you serving our country. But that's another transition I want you to talk about because, of course, you guys were really busy, right? You're taking care of a child. You're in the Navy. Tell us about that transition and when you went full time and when you knew it was the right time to do that.
Well, I feel like I was working a lot. As you know, I was working 12 hours, 13 hours. Sometimes on weekends I would work. And I'd be so exhausted, and I felt bad because that was her dream at the time to do YouTube, and she started YouTube, and I wasn't too supportive of it. Just not I wasn't negative, but I just couldn't be supportive because I was so tired all the time, and I did 3.5 years, and it came to a point where I started to be more involved, just because I started as I made rank in the Navy, I got more time, and I used to be more involved in the videos, and then she finally kind of came together as a couple and we're okay, look, this is how much money we're making. I feel like it'd be the right thing to do if you just call it quits and kind of join the YouTube thing, and we did that together.
When you were working, he was working full-time job, and when I was home, I would do everything mom does. Clean, take care of the baby, dinner, not cook because I don't cook, he cooks. But cleaning up after dinner, and then after I would put her to sleep, I would start editing. And I was up till 2 a.m. editing and then wake up the next day.
The hustle, you guys, the hustle.
And I feel for me, it was so easy because it wasn't a job. It was more of a passion. It was my hobby. So I said, I didn't have a hobby. And when I found YouTube, that was something I loved to do. So it wasn't a chore. It was something I loved doing. And then he didn't really understand it much. So once we saw that it was working for us, we were getting an audience and fans, and we were getting an income, he then saw, wow, this is really something. She loves doing it, and I can support her, and it's providing for Lewis to get out of the Navy. And that's how it happened.
Obviously, I know just, seeing my dad as a sailor, Judy's dad as a sailor, it's a huge commitment, and then, be taking care of a little one. So kudos to you guys for making it happen.
You.
And, of course, one of the reasons why I love interviewing other vloggers is because even though it's been, about 10 years since vlogging has even become a thing, we get a lot of people that are still interested in it, right? But the question is it too late? Can you talk about how you guys were able to have such a massive amount of growth in a short amount of time? Because I know when you first made that transition, you were still like around 10, 12,000 subscribers. But within like a year or two, you guys went to 1 million plus followers. Can you tell us about that? And what were some of like the tactics you utilized, if any, if maybe you didn't, to get to where you guys are at?
Yeah, well, to answer your first question, I feel like anybody can do it. Even if they wanted to start today, this second, you can do it.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's hard to think about because there's so many YouTubers and so many videos on YouTube that you think like, well, this person already did it, this person already did it. But there's so many more things that you can do that no one has done. Mm-hmm. And if you have your own personality, you have your own ideas, your own creative process that other people don't have. So of course you can do it today if you wanted to start.
I feel like it can get discouraging, especially when all you look at is like the huge YouTubers, like the 10 million plus, like super, mega, like successful YouTubers. Yep. And I feel like back in the day before I really got into it, I saw it like that too. When she started, I was like, well, you're starting something, but like I've seen it's like it must be so hard. Like I saw it as almost impossible for you to get that level. And I'm not saying we're at that level now, but definitely I feel like anybody can do it. Yeah. But I feel like you said before, and it was her passion. So that's why she started it, as her passion. And anybody can do it. And a lot of people may say, oh, I can do it, or I want to do it now. But it really takes a lot of work and like dedication and like passion and love. Love. You have to love it. It's not easy to be like creative every single day and like stay up late every night to edit a video and then sometimes not get, and then sometimes too when you edit a video and you upload it, sometimes you don't get the traction you want for that video, and then sometimes you get discouraged, and sometimes things don't work out, but you have to just keep going every single day and like keep trying and trying.
But if it's what you love to do, and then it comes naturally.
Totally. And you guys heard it, because I know a lot of you say that about vlogging, that it's too late. If I started in 2011, like when Benji and Judy started, it'd be a lot easier. Well, arguably, your growth is faster than anything I've ever seen, right? And I don't think it's unique. I think that there's other people that also grow fairly quickly, but the principles are still the same. You have to have fun doing it. You have to be passionate about it, work really hard, right? And really love what you're doing, because it's not easy. It's more than a job. It is like your whole life. It's a lifestyle.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
One of the things that I know that you mentioned earlier is, like you said, you're really focused on thumbnails and titles. Can you tell us some of the tips that you have for other aspiring vloggers about that? Because it's so overlooked, right? A lot of people might not spend time. I know Judy, my wife, who's the one editing, she can spend like 30 minutes or an hour on just the title and thumbnail, thinking about what's the best title, what's the best thumbnail. Can you tell us your best practices and what you do when you're creating your thumbnail or title?
Yeah, so I'm the one who does the thumbnails. Some people might not know, but when it comes to editing, we work as a power team. So he cuts and I go back in, check over, and then I do all the sound effects, just everything else. And then I do the titles and I do the thumbnails. And my biggest advice for thumbnails is, would you click on it? Yeah. So that's what I tell myself. So when I finish my thumbnail and I'm like, if I saw this like while I'm scrolling down, would I click on it? And I'm like, no, it looks boring. I change it up. I feel like you have to see it from somebody else's perspective, because somebody else is going to be clicking on it, not you.
I always say you got to put yourself in the shoes of the person that's watching this, right? That's on YouTube and looking through their subscription feed or just their regular feed, right? Suggested videos, and think what is going to stand out, because it might be great content, but if you don't have the proper thumbnail or the title to catch your attention, then it'll get lost in the sea of upload.
And not only with thumbnails, but also with your content. It's like, okay, what if you have a clip that's like 10 minutes long with no cutting? If I was watching this on somebody else, would I get bored and exit out of it? You have to think in that way when it comes to everything. Yes.
You got to have those jump cuts. And that's the magic of editing, right? You can take something that might be kind of cool to watch to something that's really cool to watch, just taking the best stuff out. And I think that's one of the biggest tips I heard from you guys that I want you guys to remember is, when you start vlogging, if you have no followers that don't know anything about you, you need the editing to showcase your life in the best way possible, because as you grow your influence, I think it's still important to do so, but it gets a little bit more relaxed because people will watch anything at that point, right?
Definitely.
But when you're starting, it's so important to hustle like that.
It's kind of bad to see, not bad to see like that, but I've seen that too, where like you maybe watch a certain YouTuber for like the first part of their success or whatever, and they're really, really good at editing, and then like you see them later on, like they can literally put anything on the internet and it'll get viewed because they have loyal fans, and it's really good to have that. It's really cool, but like the way we see it, we don't want to ever like compromise our quality of like content just because like the fans deserve more, I guess. Like I don't want to like kind of like deceive anybody, you know, like, and that's what we do with all their content.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the questions I want to ask, because a lot of mistakes are made by newbies, right? What are some of the mistakes that you guys have made, or you've seen other like new vloggers make that you could share with us that maybe other people won't make when they're first starting out?
I feel like being yourself. You got to definitely be yourself, especially if you're going to start out, because you want to showcase who you really are. And then like, because a really big mistake I've seen where like they or whoever's vlogging won't show their real personality, and then later on in their career, something will happen where they'll like get exposed. But like, why are you getting exposed on something? You know, you shouldn't be getting exposed if it's really your personality. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like it's just a lot easier to like stay true to yourself if you stay true to your personality in the very beginning of your career with your YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. I think big mistake would be being someone you're not, because it's really, it must be something we can't relate to, but seeing other their videos and then seeing them in person, it must be really hard to put on an act. Yeah. You know, for the camera, it's so much more easier doing something you love when you're yourself.
To me, in my eyes, vlogging is when you're naturally just vlogging everyday life. Yeah. Vlogging, to me, is not where you script and kind of like...
It's not produced.
It's not produced.
Yeah, storyboarded. Yeah.
Storyboarded, scripted. So like, in my eyes, it's like just a produced show on YouTube. Yeah. But when you're vlogging, it should be natural.
Totally, and that's what, it's the connection, right? With that being said, ironically, my next question is, how do you structure a vlog, right? Now, I think we have very similar vlog styles. We're just vlogging whatever is happening to us that day. But I know when you go to the editing bay, there's ways you might want to structure it, right? Like you guys have the intro at the beginning. Can you give us a few tips or tricks or suggestions for new aspiring vloggers, how to structure your vlog?
I'm kind of the, I don't know, how do you call it, the producer?
Yeah.
She directs. She's
the director, yeah.
She gets executive decision.
Yes. I think making your videos into a story. So you want to have the beginning, the climax, the ending. You want to, if your video, I don't know, if you have something planned out, or if something happens in your day, the beginning, let's say you lose your $20 or your wallet, you want to make it into a story. You're looking for it. So like, you know, just basically making it into a story would be the best tip.
Giving context to whatever the hot topic of that vlog is, because sometimes you guys will vlog something that you think is exciting, but maybe the audience has no idea why it's exciting, right? So giving it the kind of the backstory, which again, that's why daily vlogging, you kind of have to vlog all day so that you have that build up, right?
Yes, exactly.
Totally. Lightning round.
There you go.
Lightning round. Okay,
like your mom about to hit your kid with the sandal.
There you go. Okay, coffee or tea?
Tea.
Coffee.
Favorite TV or YouTube show?
Favorite TV show has to be between Power and Game of Thrones.
I don't really have one.
Oh shit, don't have one.
If I watch TV, it's gonna like take away from editing and vlogging and everything, so I refrain myself from doing so.
Riverdale?
It's not my favorite.
Oh, she's being called out. Cat or dog?
Dog.
None.
Favorite social network besides YouTube?
Instagram.
Instagram.
That's where it's at, you guys. Instagram. Yeah. Favorite documentary or movie?
I think right now Coco would have to be my favorite. Yes. Have you seen that one?
It's my second favorite.
I haven't seen the ending yet.
Movie. Oh, what?
Yeah, I haven't, because I was watching it on a plane, and then we landed, and I'm like, oh my god, no.
What is your must morning ritual?
Must morning ritual.
Bramty usually stays in bed, and I bring her breakfast to bed.
What? Brownie points.
I know.
No, but my morning ritual would be like get up and go cook breakfast every day, every single day.
That's me too. And guess what? I bring Judy breakfast almost every morning. Don't I, honey?
Ooh.
Don't I, honey? Ooh. Let's talk about failure. Has there been a failure, whether in YouTube or in life, that you learned a lot that you could share with our viewers that might help them on their journey of hustling and getting to success on YouTube?
I don't know if this would be one, but I would think something I failed in was letting hate comments get to me, because then that then affected my next videos. I might be like a little sad or depressed, or I wouldn't want to be myself. So I think biggest failure, letting hate comments get to you, because now I feel like you two, we all have thicker skin now.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, once you're starting a YouTube channel, it might get to you because you're not used to it. And do not let that get to you, because you're gonna look back at it and you're gonna be like, wow, I can't believe I let it get to me.
Yeah.
You know?
So I love that answer, because it's one of the number one reasons why people don't start a YouTube channel is because they're afraid of negativity. And the reason I love that you shared that is because even seasoned YouTubers, even if we do have a thick skin, it can still get to us, right? Like, one of the things I don't like is sometimes they could be right. And I think that's the number one fear. So you question, is this true or is it not true? Point being though, just move forward. Like, be confident that like you're doing this for a reason, and literally anybody can comment on your video.
Or even like, I don't know how to say it, make fun of it. Like, I've had this comment saying the funniest thing ever is like, you should kick your wife out on the streets. Yeah. So we made a little skit where we had him kick me out and I had my suitcase outside.
I love that.
So we make fun of it, and then they feel like they can't hate anymore because we're gonna just make fun of it.
Content.
Exactly. That's what we did.
Oh my gosh. That is a great, okay,
so take that into content. You know, they're giving you content, so thank them, make it into content.
I love it. Favorite place in the entire world?
I feel like our home, because even when we're on vacation, all we want to do is just be home in bed.
I don't want to say the same thing she said. I agree with her. Definitely like my bed more than everything, because like you just feel so uncomfortable when you're somewhere else. But I wish I would have traveled a little bit more so I could say something else. But
yeah.
Last thing I want to leave the audience with, is there anything you want to share with them if they're just getting started, that they need to remember when they're starting this journey? Because, you know, you guys shared with me, you guys weren't getting paid, right? Like, that's not, income is not something that's just like a given when you start uploading. Like, it might take a long time. So people might need a little bit of hope, right? Is there any inspiration, hope, or maybe some advice you'd want to give somebody that's just starting?
So we started with a really low quality camera. We started with, I was editing on Windows Movie.
Windows Movie Maker?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Windows Movie Maker on a computer that had so many viruses.
Yeah.
I started off not with a crazy quality camera. I started off from the bottom, and now we're here. So take it as that. You are not going to start off on a pedestal. You're going to work your way up.
Yeah.
just to like put a little bit more juice into that, like the camera was like a gift, and then like we ended up getting our first MacBook, and the MacBook was like a 2009 or 7. It was it was all scratched up, and we started using that, and it would freeze up, and we would still manage to edit on that. And then we worked up to like finally getting the good equipment we needed and stuff like that. But like a lot of people, even people that I've interacted with, always say, yeah, well, I'm waiting to buy this Sony that costs like a couple $1,000s, or I'm waiting for this, and then they end up waiting forever, and they never jump into what they really want to do. I feel like you should just work hard from the bottom, like you said, and just like.
If it's something you really love and you're very passionate about, it does not matter what type of camera you have or how you're editing it. It's just you love it so much that the other things don't matter.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
And like
Thank
you
you
heard it here, it is not too late. It's just getting started. You guys are a great example of it. There's literally hundreds of thousands of creators that are starting right now that in a year, hopefully I'm going to be interviewing them, and you and I can learn from. So you guys, tell us where they can find you. We're going to put your links down below.
Thank you so much.
And what social networks you want to push them towards.
Yeah. So we're the Bramfam. That's on YouTube, the Bramfam. And yeah.
Social media, what's your handles on Instagram?
Mine's at LUIIS_Nestor.
And mine's Bramty. Just Bramty.
Easy. You guys check it out. Check out their vlog. Very funny, very entertaining. And as always, here on Video Influencers, helping build your influence, income, and impact with online video. Talk to you later.